What's up, folks? This is Panama Steve right here at Pacific Vibez Studios. Today we have the one, the only LJame coming out the big mighty east side, how they say here in San Jose, man. Welcome on in, brother.
Hey, I appreciate you having me. You know, like I know the first time you reached out, it was scheduling, but I knew I wanted to come through here and make it happen, man. So I appreciate you having me.
No, it's a pleasure, brother. Yeah, man. Had you a long time coming. I already
Hell yeah.
studied and studied again on my boy LJame right here, man. This is not only a local artist, but he is an entrepreneur. Very talented soul right here. And I give you your props on everything you're doing. And just like myself, other people would like to know something about, you know, the young LJames before you were who you are now and, you know, your upbringing and all that, brother.
Nah, like traditional upbringing, you know what I'm saying? Come from family generations of the east side. My grandfather came from, you know, Del Rio, Texas to Saginaw, Michigan, kind of his family picking in the fields, came here to San Jose, met my grandma, and you know, they kind of set up shop there in the east side, and just coming from generations of the east side and seeing, you know, San Jose as a whole kind of develop too.
Completely evolve over the years.
Evolve, bro. Like if you really from San Jose, you know, it used to just be like fields and, you know.
So they really work the fields here in San Jose.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, like.
So you got like, what, 3 generations right here?
Right here in San Jose,
That's
man.
a beautiful thing, man.
It is, bro. Like my grandmother used to work like in Del Monte cannery type shit, you know, just real San Jose shit, man. The Tropicana Center, like my pops was out there with the lowriders, you know, and that was San Jose culture, you know. And just
how old is your pops?
Man, he's getting up there, bro. He's in his 50s, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But shout out my pops, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And watch out on that getting up there, because I'm right behind you. Right? we ain't that far up there, Pops.
Nah. Hey, still young for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but pretty much that too, man, and just being influenced by, you know, my pops was a DJ as well. So like early in the mornings, I mean, as early as I can remember, just playing some motherfucking Tower of Power, some West Coast shit, some Mac 10, you know, some dance music. My uncle was also like a house DJ. So, you know, a lot of musical.
So you were laced up with all different kinds.
A lot of musical influence around me. You know, family parties, dancing, performing type shit. I really enjoyed that and knew I could take it to another level as I started to grow up. And, you know, I remember me and my cousins used to be at like family parties. I would put together like one rhyme, right? Like a bar. Be like, yo, the ship landed at the dock. It was 4 o'clock. Oh! You know, like my cousin would be like, yo, that's dope. Like, but learn how can you make that?
Yeah, keep going,
right? So like every part I would come back.
How old were you when you started messing around like this,
man? This was like, bro, early. Like I was fucking like 8, 10 years old.
Single digits.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? 8, 10 years old, like just at the parties, you know?
Right.
And every time I used to, and shout out Shy Baby, he was doing music too at the time and heavily influenced me. We recorded a song and we put it on MySpace at the time. I come from MySpace era. I'll stop revealing my age a little bit, but
pre-Facebook.
Pre-Facebook, you know, released the song on MySpace. I remember the song doing, you know, pretty well. And like the people at school was like, oh, okay, you can rap, you know, so I always knew I had the talent, I had the knack.
So what year school was this?
Shit, man, I started high school in like 2010, you know what I'm saying? And like really throughout high school kind of did it off and on. And then I remember 2014 when I was graduating, shit, we performed in front of the whole fucking school. And on some like, everybody was like.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Silver Creek.
Okay.
Yeah, and shout out the Peachtree Rascals, shout out my homie Isaac, shout out Tarek, shout out Joe. All my bros,
everybody, get it out there.
Nah, hell yeah. But they were with me on stage, and we performed in front of the school, and I know a lot of people were like shocked and like.
So was that your first big performance?
It was, bro. It was like motherfucking 300 people, bro.
Yeah, and it was all your classmates.
All my classmates, teachers,
everybody.
And I remember like the teachers were like, I know you was like, you know, all like this. Yeah. So it was cool.
That's cool. What's up. So you got to feeling yourself back when you were 18 years old.
I was definitely feeling myself, man.
Hell yeah. Big props. But you know, that's how you got to do it. I mean, so tell me this, like, I mean, yes, is there anything else about your childhood that you would like to throw in there?
I mean, shit, I played baseball a lot too. Yeah, you know, shout out, you know, my brothers, we still be doing softball and shit. You know, I like to stay active, fitness, but play baseball for hella years too. I was a pitcher type shit.
Yeah,
you know
I did all that. Like, that's good.
You know, your boy had an arm back in the day, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I still like to, you know, play softball, stay active, stay around the sport.
I believe baseball is more than just, I mean, it's a beautiful sport to stay in shape and everything, but like, it's almost like a life lesson. I played baseball when I was a youngster. And, you know, like, you know, you got to be patient and wait for your pitch. And you know what I mean? When you're out in the field, if it's a pitcher's duo, you always got to stay on your toes, even though it might be kind of boring. You know what I mean?
Oh, God, I was going to ask you, bro. Everybody says baseball is boring. You agree? You agree?
So, okay, hold on. If you agree, though? If you are,
you agree?
If you're just, no.
That's the thing.
If you played before, then you can understand and respect it a lot different. You know what I mean? True. And playing it is not boring. It's not boring at all.
I used to play baseball and basketball, and I really fuck with basketball too, because like you on every play, you running back and forth.
It's active.
Baseball too, you do like, it's a lot of mental.
But you got to be on your shit, because you can catch a ball to the head or whatever.
Facts.
So like you have to, you know, there's times where it's kind of right, but next thing you know, you got to be on your toes. Right? That's why you see all the fielders always on point. You know what I mean?
They said, you know, my coach used to say the ball will find you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not paying attention, the ball gonna find you.
Right.
Yeah. No, but yeah, play baseball hella years. Fuck with that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So what was when did the coterie dance start?
Man.
And like, what motivated you to do such a grand, you know what I mean? Because it's more than just one thing. I'd love for you to talk about that, brother.
Nah, true. Like, not only my love for music, but I have a love for entrepreneurship as well. And I started, you know, back in the day, just like selling T-shirts, selling, you know, snacks, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of always having that hustle.
Oh, so you doing everything, huh?
You know, just always having that hustle bone. And I took that entrepreneurship seriously. I remember in middle school, I had a clothing brand, and I was learning how to work social media kind of back then too. Like when MySpace was coding and you had your top friends and like you wanted people to visit your page. Like I was very interested in that too. And like just the design and like.
You're like ahead of the curve. You're growing up with it. That's crazy. That's an interesting take on it.
I would say just growing up with it. Not just like, but shit, I was growing up when these Vines came out, when like the birth of these apps. So I feel like, you know, I kind of just been growing with it too.
Yeah.
A lot of my peers, you know, and at first too, I was like hesitant on the apps and like, oh shit, that look goofy, or like, I'm doing too much, or like, but at the end of the day, like people have learned to monetize and gain real currency. And, you know, one thing I've been saying a lot lately is like viewership turns into currency, you know, and that's so true. And the content, right, coming out with quality content, consistent content, you know, and shout out LaRussell, right? He kind of just been firsthand showing us how to do it, you know?
Oh, big time. I'm a big fan of his music and everything he's doing too, man. That dude, he's a beast. And yeah, he's definitely leading by example with everything he's doing.
And I think he's just brought it to a mainstream level. You know, a lot of people were doing exactly what he's doing, but he's just brought it to the mainstream attention. Like, yo, you could really fucking do this, you know? And I'm showing you can.
The whole template, right. It ain't no rocket science. You just got to stick to it.
Yeah, you know, shout out LaRussell, also Nipsey, you know.
No, there was a lot of free game right there. And I got to say, I mean, you know, I come from a couple of generations or generation and a half before, you know. E40 laced up a lot of us over there. I mean, if you don't comprehend what he's saying, it might be something else. But, you know, he's the one that was talking, you know, don't be buying a, $80,000 car before you buy a house, and all kinds of game that he gave and sprinkled on us over the years. So shout out to E40.
And I think he's definitely getting his flowers now, and people like
he's
crazy all throughout hip hop. I just seen a post about him and Too Short. They've been relevant for decades, since the 80s.
Going on 40 years. Yeah.
And really, most of those artists fell off by the 2000s.
Right.
You know, they're just like, but to maintain and have like the newer generation keep tapping in, that's special. That's special. And that's something I aspire to and I'm inspired by. And one thing I've been saying lately is like, how do you make those moments stretch? You know, this shit happens in moments, you know. You have a time when you're hot. You have a time when you just have the hot hand.
Right.
How do you make that moment stretch?
You got to keep at it. You did it right the first time, so you just keep doing it, you know? And it should just be like anything else, like construction or whatever you're doing, you know. Once you do it once, you got that learning curve, and then after that, you do it twice as fast, and after that, it's just like walk in the park, you know what I mean? Ain't nothing you really got to think about, so you just got to keep it rolling, you know?
Best teacher is experience.
Hell yeah.
We was talking about that earlier. You just got to go and get your hands dirty. You just got to go do it. Fuck, go fail. Like, a lot of people are just scared to like fail too, and I feel like, you know, I've been doing this music for a long time. I've been trying to get my clothing right, the record label, this business right, and I failed a lot of times.
Well, that's how you learn, right?
Yeah, and
I mean, the thing of it is if you don't fail, then you, in essence, never even went out to go and play. You know what I mean? I'd rather go play go play some baseball and lose than not play baseball at all. You know what I mean? Now I know how, you know, what I got to apply for the next time to be a little bit better. And yeah, you know what I mean? You got to, you know, go with the punches, right?
And it sucks to lose, you know what I'm saying? It sucks to fail.
That ain't cool.
It knocks your confidence, right?
Right.
You lose that comfortability. You lose, but on the other side of that is growth too.
Right.
You know, you got to go through those situations.
And once you comprehend that, right, once you lose a few times, you grow that much stronger.
You ain't a real winner if you ain't lost. You got to take hella L's to get to these wins, right. For real.
1,000. It doesn't sound right, but that's it. That's it. Ain't nobody gonna come up and hit a home run every time. You're gonna strike out a few times, and then, you know, get your groove back. You know, you got your hot, your cold, you know, ups and downs. I don't even like to use the term luck. You know what I mean? To be, oh, you know, I got bad luck. Like, nah, bro. Hey, bro, you know, it's the waves, man. You know,
Facts.
The tides that come up and down.
Facts. And going back to kind of like making that moment stretch, you know, staying consistent with it.
So what do you I know you were telling me a little bit about the Coterie Den, about like your other, tell us about everything. Cause like I went there the other day at that, I don't know what festival was that?
So they had a photo night going on. So a photo walk, each kind of business had their own photo gallery going on.
It was lit.
That was fire.
Crazy.
We had the lowriders out there.
Right.
You know, shout out to all the lowriders that slid through.
Beautiful cars.
That's just, you know, the cultura. And we had a all women's photo gallery, and it was amazing. And bringing the cultura together, giving people a safe platform to do so, I think is important. And we need more of that in the city.
Right.
And that's important. I think the biggest thing is creating safe and comfortable environments for people to be creative. Because that's where you're going to get the best quality. You know, you go to a show and you're uncomfortable or the energy's off, you ain't going to give your best performance.
Right.
It starts with the curation of the energy.
Right.
Of the vibe, you know, like that's so important.
Absolutely.
That's super important. The professionality.
It's all about the vibe. You go in there and you feel like you're at home. You feel welcome, right? There ain't nobody tripping off it. Where's this vato from? And none of that shit, right? I understand 1,000%. Man.
And, you know, we've too been called in like, it's almost like a creative gym, you know. You go to the gym, you're not kind of, you know, at least me, when I go to the gym, I'm not there to talk, socialize. I'm there to kind of get my work in, right? And when you go into the den, it kind of has that feeling. Like you go in there, you're looking around like, damn, what can I get better at? Like, I want to get better at my craft and shit. I might just pick up a camera and start shooting some shit just because it's like, it's all right here, you know? Like, I got the resources too. One thing too, you know, we've got approached by and been considering is like, you know, going out to the community, doing pop-ups, right? Doing activations where we introduce, you know, kids, community to a little bit of graphic design, a little bit of studio, beautiful. You know, recording, engineering. What is photography? How can you do Adobe Suites, all these different softwares? Just kind of, you know, sprinkling it to the, you know, just because if that's where this world is going, we got to make sure people are equipped to learn, to keep up. We got to give them those tools.
That's beautiful to be a part of that, man. And, you know, donate your time and your effort to the community, bruh. You know, that's beautiful. You know, you should keep that cracking. I like that.
Much needed, you know, like I feel like coming up, there was like, you know, there was some resources, but I feel like within these past 3 or 4 years, we've kind of like, and shout out to everybody out in San Jose who has been building their creative community, what you're doing here, what we have going on at the Coterie Den. Shout out to BQ and then what he has going on at Emblem. Shout out to Coach Ant, what he has going on at the Grove. There's a lot of individuals who really built great platforms. And now these bridges are starting to connect and it's at a great time, you know, and I feel like we can make a great impact creatively and get out of that conversation of, you know, San Jose isn't a part of the bet or got no creative, like that's not even a conversation anymore.
Right.
At all.
Right.
At all.
Well, I mean, regardless of the, you know, these arguments that there might be of, you know, if we're part of the Bay or not.
Yeah.
The South Bay, right?
Yeah.
Ever since I was a little kid, right? It is San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose. That's how they said it in the news and everything. We're going to skip San Jose all of a sudden. Yeah. You know what I mean? Hey, regardless, y'all could have that, you know?
Facts.
If that's what it is, it's cool, right? San Jose's lit. And what y'all doing over there on Jackson Street, that is something unique because I used to hang out right down the street from there on 6th Street, you know, as a youngster in the 90s. And, you know, Japantown was not cracking, you know. And so now, especially the other day when I went over there with all the organization, with all the lowriders, some real nice cars too.
Yeah.
And y'all were showcasing that in your stores because I went in, you know, took my rounds, checked out everything. It was a whole vibe.
It's dope, right?
And it wasn't just Chicanos, right?
Yeah.
There was a lot of Asians out there. There's everybody. So it wasn't just like one-sided, you know what I mean? And then, you know, in certain cases where it is, you know, just a whole Chicano thing, which is respected. But, you know, it's a little tense environment, like what you're talking about, a little, you know what I mean? People tripping off each other or whatever. So that one there was real unique. And I really give y'all props. Everybody that was there on Jackson right there in those 2-3 block radius right there. That was real nice. And if you guys continue to keep that going, you know, maybe it doesn't have to be a lowrider show and piss off the residents around there.
Man, you know? Shout out JBA. They mean well. We all mean well.
Yeah, y'all had it shut down. But it was lit. It was tight, you know. And yeah, you guys keep that going.
And I think that's what it's about at the end of the day. Like you said, walking around, seeing all of those different cultures and races. Right. That's what I grew up seeing too here in San Jose.
Absolutely.
Like I grew up, I went to school with, you know, like Asian, Black, Mexican, like
some of the baddest,
Pacific. Like
some of the baddest dudes I grew up with was Vietnamese and Filipino.
I grew up in Little Saigon. You know what I'm saying? Like Story McLaughlin right there, you know, right in Little Saigon. So, you know, being accustomed to like Asian food, different culture, you know, like all this shit is just around you, you know.
Right. It was normal.
Yeah, it's normal.
So no, I think that exposure just alone, hey man, San Jose, we got our own uniqueness and we don't need no approval from nobody. You know what I mean?
I feel like maybe in other places too, like it just be segregated for whatever reasons. I don't want to get into,
politics,
right? I'm out of that. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like I kick it with whoever real, man. I don't see, you know what I'm saying?
And
like
seeing colors up in here, right?
I don't know about that. Not like all like that, but like I kick it with the real. Like I really just, if your energy right, if we kick it off, you know what I'm saying? I think that means the most, to be honest. And your authenticity, the genuineness, I guess you can't too, like to sit here and be like, I just meet you for the first time, like, nah, like,
right.
These things take time too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People reveal themselves over time. And I like to say, like, people weave themselves in, they tether themselves in, or they weave themselves out.
Right.
And I don't force it either way. If the vibe right, if the energy right, like, yeah, we gonna get like,
hell yeah,
it's gonna work.
Yeah, no, that was a whole vibe over there the other day. I can't wait to go to the next event.
Hell yeah. San Jose Day, 4/6, we got an art showcase, 6 local graffiti artists showcasing. They did amazing pieces on our walls, and shout out to them. Truly like legendary shit. I'm honored to be able to host something like that. I think it's special for the city. I think it's special for like the arts and creative community. And shout out to B, to quarterbacking that whole thing, man. That guy's a legend. Shout out to B. Really, really created something dope, and I'm excited to show it to y'all 4/6. So slide through the Coterie Den April 6th, or if this is out after that, you missed out. Yeah.
Hey, man, so talk to me about like these tours and shit. And,
hell yeah.
Tell me about your, that rap life, man. Talk to me.
Fuck, bro. Like, well, yeah. I mean, last year we went on tour, kind of all throughout the West Coast. Went up to Seattle, Portland, came and did a whole circuit in the Bay Area, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, then went out to Los Angeles to kind of finish it off. Learned a lot, and like really just as an independent artist, you being in charge of your own success. If you want to take it to the next level, you can. You got to strategize, lay out a blueprint, get a solid team, and make it happen.
Yeah, sounds like you got a great team, man.
I have an amazing team, and shout out to the whole team. Like, I would not be where I'm at without the team and the support system.
And shout out to all the teams out there.
Shout out to y'all, for real.
That's
everybody.
What's up, man.
I would not at all.
Yeah, this right here is all teamwork too. My boy right over here, Floating Space, man. My boy B-Mock, shout out. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is all, this is multiple minds. Everybody's lacing each other, man. And then we have this final product at the end. And, someone like myself is fortunate enough to present it. You know what I mean?
They say you want to go fast, go alone, right? You want to go far, go with a team, go with a squad,
That's a good one right there.
You can't force that too. Like, you're gonna attract the energy, the teammates that you want around you. I think we created a great business culture to where we all love to have fun. This music, this business shit,
right,
is fun to me.
And y'all passionate about it.
I'm passionate about it.
Beautiful.
So like this work, it don't come as a chore. Our meetings, we've been meeting for, I've been meeting with my team. I've had, I started this project, the Coterie Den, with partners in the beginning where it was just us 3 to now, hosting about 8 to 10 of us as a team, and running efficient meetings every Monday and growing and physically seeing the growth tangibly, like from notes of previous years to like, we want to launch an open mic, to launching a successful open mic,
right,
to we want to have open houses to where we get people in. We want to have thrift markets, to now we have the Japantown flea market.
Amazing.
And it's like you start to tangibly see it, you know.
To think this all started with just thought, right? Yeah, y'all really out there doing it.
I guess translating that thought too. Everybody, we all have thoughts. Everybody has thoughts every day.
But how many of us actually develop them?
It's the transcription, right?
Right, and execute, right? That's what it's all about. Y'all doing it big, man.
Appreciate that.
Big props. No, that's, you know, and it's a exceptional, you know, example for any youngsters or anybody in general. It doesn't even have to be young. We always like to preach to the youngsters, try to, you know, give them some direction. But like,
facts.
This is a prime example of a man that's following his dream.
And you know, I don't come from like there's no investors. There's no, you know, like we've been able to do this by creating an ecosystem. Like I said, I came in with partners, and shout out to them, you know, for really trusting the vision and us using an ecosystem, right, at that time. The whole pie, right? And group economics too. Like that's get solid people around you, invest, and really run it up. Really run it up. You know, easier said than done, but
bruh, you said it beautifully, man. Hey man, tell the folks where they can get a hold of you, where they could find you.
Yeah.
And all that good stuff, brother.
Yeah, so on YouTube, it's Wolf Records. Go there. It's got all my music videos, all of my music. Go check that out. Go start off with Lowriders and Eastsiders. Go do yourself a favor and start off with Lowriders and Eastsiders. But online, you can find me at LJame. It's on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all of that. So go follow that. And go follow the business at the Coterie Den on Instagram, thecoteriedan.com.
The Coterie.
Is there anything is there anything I'm missing? Nah. I don't know. Like I had to get it all out there.
There was a few of them.
Get them all out there.
LJame, Coterie Den.
Hell yeah.
Absolute pleasure having you on here, brother.
Love.
Man,
Love,
I'm gonna be seeing you soon. I'm gonna pull up on you, man. We're gonna get down soon.
Let's go.
Man.
Yeah, he's gonna come on mine too. So you gonna see the more of this. It's just the first brick has been laid right here.
All right, brother. It was a pleasure having you. Until next time, y'all be cool. It's Panama Steve, Pacific Vibe Studios. Y'all be cool.